Alright guys, here it is. I'm going to sit down and talk to you about the Code Chaos shoe. I'm going to talk to you about a lot of the features that are incorporated in the shoe. A lot of golf shoes have waterproof guarantees, and this is a waterproof shoe. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I'll be talking about the sole. There's a combination of hard and soft traction lugs on it, and I'm going to talk to you about the comfort and the footbed, as well as the midsole, which is their world famous Adidas Boost. Okay, hope you enjoy. So let me explain a little bit why I'm making this video. I like to research everything that I buy. So I'm hoping that this video will help you guys consider someone's perspective before you buy these shoes. At the end of the video, you'll see a couple of pictures of the competitive shoes out in this price range and in this category of spikeless. All right, everybody, there it is. There's the Code Chaos. Just want to be up front. I have worn these several times through multiple rounds. I got these in early April, and so there is some discoloration to the sole, which I think is something to note considering the fact that they look super clear and super cool when they're fresh and brand new out of the box, but they will yellow over time. If anybody's ever had any of the clear rubber soled shoes before, you know that already, but just something to note. All right, so some of the features of the Code Chaos are in fact the sole, which have multiple density rubbers involved in the actual lug system. Now, as you can see, these yellow ones are the softer rubber compound, and they're kind of grippy and also flexible. This bright yellow is a much harder kind of, I don't know if it's rubber or if it's a hard plastic, but they don't flex as much, and so they actually are placed in the forefoot where you're going to be twisting and grabbing the turf and digging in the most, and I really appreciate that they've done that. It's a great traction system. It provides flexibility, but it also provides rigidity when you need it. Now, one of the complaints I do have about this shoe is this shank plate. Adidas is known for their torsion shanks or torsion bars in their shoes to keep rigidity in the arch area, as you can see right here, as well as on this side. And they're very good at that. The one complaint I have about this particular plate is that the shank should go a little bit further up into the forefoot, up here. It ends right about there, and I think that this rigidity should extend a little bit more into the forefoot, just for a little bit more stability in the swing. I've got a couple very short slow motion videos of me swinging in this, and you'll see that the shoe flexes an immense amount, which is good, but can also be a little bit bad when you're doing long course walks. You want a little bit more stability and a little bit more protection. But it's a wonderful shoe that's very comfortable. The Adidas Boost is 100% boost all the way around, from the forefoot to the midfoot to the heel, all the way around, as you can see, and it's extremely comfortable. Now, if you haven't had Boost before, let me tell you that it is in fact a game changer. Seriously, Boost is a game changer. Ever since I first wore it in the Tour 360 Adidas shoe, I've bought 6 Boost shoes since then. Running shoes, regular tennis shoes, and more golf shoes, of course. It's awesome. Believe me. Alrighty, right back to it. There are a couple things I want to talk about in terms of features with this shoe. As I've talked about, the sole is wonderful, it's amazing, it's functional, it's practical, perfect for the golf course. The midsole, also amazing. Some people may find that it's a little too soft. It provides wonderful cushioning. It does feel a bit spongy, but I personally like that for specific situations. I think if you're walking a flat course, it's great. If you're walking any course, really, it's very soft and cushiony. Now, if you're going to be kind of going through some terrain where it's a little bit more mounds and hills, you might want something a little bit more firm. But one complaint that I do have about one of the features is that this is, if you can see, a fabric type material. Now, most golf shoes are made with leather, and this is kind of a fake leather insert right there. But you look at other shoes, for example, other Adidas shoes, and they're made with leather. That's real leather, and that's something you can put a membrane on or treat to make waterproof. Fabric, not so much. Now, they have placed this layer. You can see the line between the fabric and the fabric that has this, I gotta believe it's polyurethane, some sort of non-porous water repellent surface. But the problem is that the shoe is not 100% covered in that. Looking at the tongue, you can see that the line ends. The tongue is not at all covered with that membrane. Neither is this area or this area, and the entire heel section not covered by that membrane. So I don't think you can call this shoe 100% waterproof. I've sprayed water on it with a hose. I've walked the course when it's dewy in the morning, and I didn't get wet. But if you were to be caught out in a rainstorm like I have during certain rounds, your legs are gonna just drop water all over the tongue and the heel, and your shoe's gonna get wet. This is me the last time I was on a golf course when it was raining. Phoenix Open. Now let's be realistic. Most people don't go play golf when it's raining. You got to be kind of a nut like me. I like to play golf. Come on, really? I'll play when it's cold. I'll play when it's wet. I will not play when it's wet and cold. But if you're caught out there in the rain, this shoe may not be the one for you. There are other shoes that have definitely a more secure waterproof system in place. One thing I love Adidas shoes for is their liner. Look how thick that is. That is a quality rubber foam compound, and so many other shoe companies don't provide that. They provide a paper thin liner, and Adidas really gives you high quality stuff. Very cushiony, very firm. Now, of course, if you play with arch insoles, you may need a thinner one, but this is a very great quality stock offering in the liner. Okay, so here I have two Adidas shoes side by side. You'll notice one is the BOA system, which I thoroughly enjoy and we'll talk about later. And this is a shoelace system. Now, the Code Chaos does in fact come in a BOA, but in men's it only comes in the high top. There are two women's shoes of Code Chaos that have the BOA system. You should check that out. Pretty awesome stuff. But I don't mind this, and overall this shoe has performed exceptionally well. It's incredibly comfortable, and outside of the waterproof issue, it's an amazing shoe. And to be honest, I live in the desert, so it's not much of a problem. All right, guys, I hope I addressed any thoughts you may have of the Code Chaos shoe. If I haven't, please reach out to me, and I'll be glad to help you out. So here is the Code Chaos. It does come in multiple colorways at adidas.com or any of your big shop vendors. I will say this, that you've seen a lot of pros wearing it on the PGA Tour, and there's a good reason for that. It's an incredibly comfortable shoe. It's built very well. It's very sturdy. Outside of the small problems I have with it, I totally recommend this. Brown Bear says go get a pair, or two if you want. I'm probably going to get another one in a different colorway. Comparing it to other spikeless shoes, there are some pros and cons. Other spikeless shoes have more rigid across the board lugs. You may like that, but the flexibility offered here is definitely something that provides comfort as well as practicality. One of the things that Code Chaos wanted to represent is a change in the status quo. A lot of golf shoes look stuffy, maybe even like dress shoes, which I don't find to be the case anymore, but certainly Code Chaos with their colorways, which are bright and have great contrast, are looking for a younger audience. And in fact, trying to make people a little bit older, such as myself, feel younger. It's definitely something different, but I suggest, as Brown Bear, giving it 4 out of 4 Brown Bear Paws. Great shoe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time when I review the Well Putt training system.